Iċ-Ċina pajjiż affaxxinanti ġol-Lvant, pajjiż li attira lil ħafna nies minn madwar id-dinja. U kulħadd jitwaħħax meta jsir jaf aktar dwar il-kultura u l-istorja, il-letteratura u l-filosofija li oriġinat fiċ-Ċina. Matul din is-sensiela ta' programmi se nitalmu aktar dwar l-istorja u l-kultura, it-tradizzjonijiet u l-gastronomija ta' dan in-nazzjon mill-isbaħ. Se niltaqgħu man nies Ċiniżi li jagħmlu lil Malta u Għawdex id-dar tagħhom. U matul il-ġimgħat li ġejjin se nitalmu wkoll dwar l-integrazzjoni ta' nies Ċiniżi mas-soċjetà Maltija u Għawdxija. Ta' nies minn żewġ kulturi, żewġ pajjiżi tant differenti li llum qed jgħixu fis-serenità ġo gżira żgħira fil-Mediterran.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yang, for welcoming us today. It's been an amazing experience going around the Cultural Center. How long have you been in Malta?
Oh, I came here in January 2019, so almost 1.5 years. I actually at that time directly came from the Netherlands, where I had worked for almost 6 years. So from a small country to a smaller country. But it's very interesting, yeah.
But you've adjusted, you've got a family, a young family. How have they adjusted to being in Malta?
They like here, because I think the people, Maltese people, are very friendly, very open, very helpful. So almost immediately when we settle here, we can enjoy local things.
What is the role of the Cultural Center in Malta?
The role of Cultural Center actually is very simple: to show Chinese culture to Maltese, or to promote bilateral cultural exchange, or to strengthen understanding and friendship between the two peoples, or simply actually is to bring people together through the media of culture.
It's a very good idea. You organize a variety of activities throughout the year. Tell us, give us an example of what people are to expect. I know we've had COVID and we've had to stop after COVID-19, but how are you going to recover the activities of the Cultural Center?
Okay, so it's true, we do cultural activities or cultural content, in a regular way. I mean, like a training program, like we have a library, we can offer information about China, and also we have a internal functional hall, so we can organize small and media performance in China Cultural Center. And also we can go outside, collaborate with different Maltese cultural institutes. Like we can cooperate with PTR. We have performance almost every year in Moon Festival, and in this spring, Chinese Spring Festival, right? We had 2 performances in Mediterranean Conference Center. The one is a Chinese Happy Chinese New Year performance, which is more comprehensive, in which you can see, dance, singing, martial arts, acrobats, everything about China. And another one is a concert. It's a cooperation between Malta Philharmonic Orchestra and 6 Chinese artists, traditional, Chinese traditional musicians. So it's a cooperation concert. And I think, the culture is very big. It's a big concept. You can see we do cultural things, or actually we do things through culture. It's culture is only a bridge, but we'd like to share, to connect, to
Yes.
create,
Yes.
to find something more interesting. And through this connection, we can do something not only culture, but something connected with culture.
And the education, I mean, people are always wanting to learn about other cultures.
Yes.
Can I address COVID-19 in China? You must have family and friends there. There is obviously a large community of Chinese people
Yes.
living in Malta. How have the community in Malta reacted to lockdown measures and being away from their families?
So actually, for Chinese people in Malta, actually, we can serve both countries. China, where we from, and Malta, where we stay, where we live. So the situation, coronavirus, we can serve both countries. Of course, there's tremendous bad effects, like we have to sacrifice our, business. Maybe we cannot to do some physical things. We have to keep social distance. We have to, give up many social activities. I think more or less the same. We share the same feeling with all people around the world. But in the meantime, I think maybe it's also a good time to reflect. You can think how to make a balance, and also maybe it's a good time to read. You can, even to a certain extent, you can enjoy your family life. Because previously we have our business, we have our job. That means you have less time to stay with your family members. But during pandemics, we have to keep distance. We stay home. We stay home with our family members. In this sense, I think we feel the value of family. Maybe, it's a good sign.
Yes.
So
it makes us appreciate
Yes.
what's around us.
Yes.
With the airports opening now, how do you anticipate the tourism from Malta to China and China to Malta? We had a lot of Chinese visitors before COVID-19. Do you think that will kickstart and be successful again?
I think maybe not abrupt. I think I don't like the people will come, suddenly, just to regain what we had previously. I think it will be in a gradual way, because the people will, with their feeling will regain normal, and there's more international flights and more, effective measures. They will be, because people like to travel, people like to feel different cultures. I think the tourism will regain, but of course will be regained gradually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am being told that COVID-19 is something we have to learn to live with.
Yes.
And obviously the measures are being taken by all the governments around the world.
Yes.
From a cultural point of view, in Malta, when will you start having activities again?
Actually, we already start, because we
Yes.
do many, online events and something creative. Even, of course, there like we closed physically in 12 March. When Maltese school were closed, we also stopped physical events. But almost immediately after we stopped physical events, we start online program. Like we almost we almost do online training. All our training programs are put online, so they can continue to study Chinese, or they can continue to practice Chinese Tai Chi or eat foundations by online, like through
Yes.
Zoom or WeChat.
So that hasn't stopped at all.
Yes.
One last question. What is it about Malta that you may enjoy the most?
The most, I think, first, I think actually the people. Of course, there's like the song, the sea, all these natural things you will enjoy, and also cultural heritage things. But the most important thing, you feel, the people. If you contact with the people, they are very open, friendly, and they have their own language. But of course, they can speak in Chinese, in English. So there's no barrier. You can enjoy the local things.
How lovely of you to say that. I thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your time, and thank you again for welcoming us
Thank you.
here.
节节恋爱，节节恋，北部下岗染翠蓝，清水滩上摆几摆，上色容易，退色呀难。
滔滔东流水，一去不回。只怕他美丽的中国情难
When in the 13th century Marco Polo came back from his peregrinations in China, which everybody knows about, he tried to describe Chinese ceramic. Chinese ceramic was an extraordinary thing where the Western world had never seen anything like it. And the most extraordinary thing about it was the glaze, the shiny glaze on Chinese ceramic. And we know that glaze and we know that ceramic today as porcelain. And where does the word porcelain come from? The word porcelain, Marco Polo tried to describe the glaze on porcelain by comparing it to a cowrie shell. Cowrie shell has a very high glaze, and in Italian, a cowrie shell is called a porcellano. So this is where the word porcelain comes from. So nobody knew, nobody could understand in Western Europe how porcelain was manufactured till basically the beginning of the 18th century, when Augustus the Strong of Saxony discovered kaolin, which is a special white clay, and discovered the temperature at which it is fired. In the meantime, in other words, from the days of Marco Polo to basically the mid-18th century, people in Europe ordered their porcelain through the Dutch and the Portuguese merchantmen who could land on Macau. Macau is an island off China, and there they would meet the Chinese middlemen, and there they would order the shiploads upon shiploads upon shiploads of what's called Chinese export porcelain to be shipped to the West, which meant all the way around the Cape, all the way up the Atlantic Ocean, the coast of Africa, to Lisbon or to Rotterdam. So this was an enormous undertaking. This is why they used to call porcelain white gold. And in fact, the most popular, what I call, of the Chinese porcelain which is collected today which is Chinese export collected in Europe, basically concerns three main Chinese dynasties. The Chinese dynasties of Qiangxi, the Emperor Qiangxi, the Emperor Yongzheng, and the Emperor Qianlong. That which is the longest reign. In fact, it goes right into the middle of the 18th century. So the idea of porcelain comes from there. It is a fascinating study. Everything means something. Ducks, deer, peacocks, cranes, dragons, all have meanings. Longevity, good luck, all sorts of things, honesty. There are the sages. So there are wonderful, it's a fascinating study in itself. And this is where we are, what Chinese porcelain is all about.
So he starts from the beginning, making the top circle to make a basic line. Then he carves into the watermelon skin. This needs to be very steady and patient.
Grazzi ħafna li ġejt illum lej u li ġibt ukoll il-papa tiegħek. Kemm ilu jagħmlu da xogħol?
U ilu jagħmlu l-carving meta kien naħseb 20 sena.
U hija xi ħaġa li jagħmel spiss, ta' spiss?
Iwa, ta' spiss.
Ġifi dar naħseb jiena anki frott ieħor jagħmel carvings.
Bil-cucumbers, bil-karotti, potatoes, kollox.
Kemm ilkom hawn Malta?
Ilna minn 1997.
U ġejtu għaw intom familja kbira?
Mhux kbira, il-mama, papa u jiena biss.
U inti, u tallimt titkellem bil-Malti?
Tallimt, iwa. Drajt bil-Malti issa.
Xi jħossok? Jħossok Ċiniża, Maltija, naqra minn kollox?
Naqra minn kollox.
Kif integrajt qed li ftit qabel li ġejt Malta ta' 14 sena? Kif integrajt l-iskola meta wasalt ma' tfal oħrajn Maltin?
Mhux faċli, skur, u imma il-Maltin u l-tfal kienet friendly ħafna u jgħinni ħafna. Anka l-teachers tal-skola kienet friendly ħafna.
U iġifi meta wasalt kont titkellem bl-Ingliż?
Le, xejn.
Iġifi tallimt kollox l-Ingliż il-Malti minn meta kellek 14 sena.
Eżatt.
Għadek tmur iċ-Ċina, għadkom tmorru ċ-Ċina.
Iwa għadna tmur, għax għandna l-familja l-oħrajn għadhom ċina.
Fi żmien tal-COVID-19, bqajtu titkellmu mal-familja tagħkom li baqgħet iċ-Ċina.
Mela.
U kif ħassejtkom inkwitajtu fuqhom?
Iwa, ħafna. I mean, that was the outbreak country u il-familja kienet l-ewwel ħaġa li naħsbu fihom.
qed jagħmel xi ħaġa veru mhux tas-soltu. Tħoss li għandek l-istess kreattività tal-papa tiegħek?
Kont il-pinġi meta kont żgħira, imma I give up ma nisħin issa.
U meta jagħmel da xogħol il-papa tiegħek jagħmlu għal xi okkażjonijiet, għal tiġijiet?
Yes.
Għal xi jintużaw l-iktar?
Għal occasions pala Chinese festivals jew fuq tiġijiet per eżempju u għamel tnej mhux l-istess bħal da, ma sabiħ ukoll għal tiġijiet tiegħi wkoll għamilt id-dragon u l-phoenix għax in China dragon ikunu il-parti tal-raġel u l-phoenix ikunu parti tal-mara.
Nista' nsaqsik tħallat inti meta żewġt ma' familja Ċiniża jew Ċiniża Maltija?
Raġel Ġermaniż.
Ġermaniż, ġifi veru tħallat ma' xi ħadd differenti wkoll. Tista' tispjegali d-disinji li hemm fuq dik il-dullija li għamel hemm tnejn hemmhekk. X'inhuma kollha għandhom xi interpretazzjoni le?
Iwa, mela fuq il-wiċċ, fuq il-top, hemm ġiex characters huma l-istess, huwa double happiness. Dak they're specialized, used for weddings to bring happiness to the family. And then at the bottom, in the middle, you see there's a goldfish, dragonfly, and water lily. And these are just basically decorations to represent the happiness of the family for the future.
Affarijiet sbieħ, il-papa tiegħek jitkellem il-Malti?
Ftit, ma words biss.
U bl-Ingliż ukoll ma tantx jieħu gost laqqas.
Not really.
Jista' jgħaddi forsi messaġġ biċ-Ċiniż għal dawk iċ-Ċiniżi li joqogħdu Malta.
西瓜是中国的特色，一般的高级宴会才能用得上。刻这西瓜的时间，去买西瓜特别的注意，要圆溜的、圆形的，刻起来好看；高矮的、高矮合适搭配。在刻花的时间没有鼓着、没有挖的地方，这刻的西瓜刻出来比较好看。像高档宴会。 一般的菜用这个。